Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this sandstorm. You can see this atmosphere is clear and the sandstorm is getting closer. Now we start hearing the sound and the atmosphere becomes dusty. You can see surrounding also as the storm approaches, and once the storm hits, you can see there is the surrounding of the is a bit darkened, and you can see some post process effects are in play as well, including vignette and film grain. And as the storm passes away, this atmosphere will become again clear. So yeah, this is what I'm going to work on today. Let me show the demonstration again. And there goes the storm. So yeah, let's see how to implement this today. Right, so this is the usual starter map. It's the open world map in Unreal Engine 5. So here I'll assign PP third person game mode and put a starter location in the middle. So when I start playing the game, this is what I get. Okay, so at the start, player is facing that direction. Right, so now the next thing is here I'm going to reuse this mist particle effect I have already implemented. So the mist particle system is available. I'll put the link in the description below. Actually it's not that complicated, so you can reuse the same materials. So I'm going to use this mist particle as the starting point for the dust storm. So let me duplicate this and ns dust sandstorm. If I put it here, you instantly get those mist particles. So you may notice some stuttering in my editor, but that's because of I'm running in a laptop, and when I turn on recording it kind of lags, but performance wise this is okay, I can assure that. Right, so yeah, this is what we get from the initially by using this mist particle. Here we don't need this point attraction force, or we don't need this well, that's it. So this is a good starting point. Alright, let me save the map. Right, now the next part is the way I'm planning to have this effect is, initially start the sandstorm should start somewhere further away, and then it should reach the player. So that's the way I am planning it to have. So sort of like a dynamic sandstorm. Initially we don't have the sandstorm, then we have it walk across this landscape. Okay, so I'll place this a bit further away, maybe 15,000. No, it can go further than that, but yeah, 15,000. Let's try 20,000. Okay, and so it should be much larger, so it should cover this entire area across this scene we see. So here, shape location, this is where the location is defined, where the particle is initialized. I'll set X to maybe 2000 and Y 200. That's not the direction. X to 100, Y to 2000. Okay, that's the direction we need. Great. And also they should be much larger than this. So in the initialization, 300 to 600, let's say, and here we have scale sprite size, so it becomes smaller at the end. That's not really the way we want it to be. So let's use shape like this, and here let's say 4. Right, is that scale good enough? Also there is a part of the storm underneath, so maybe we should have some offset, something like this. Let's try. No, it can be larger than that. So how about 6? Right, maybe we should move them down a bit. Seems alright. And also the sand should be moving up in time, so let's add, we have a drag, some acceleration force upward, maybe 50, I don't know. So the sand is moving upwards into the sky. Okay, and also let's increase the spawn rate a bit, maybe 800. Right. Also, so I am actually going to move this forward So I can see the area the dust cloud is spawned. Let's add some speed in the forward direction for these particles, so that we always feels like this dust is coming towards us, so going in some direction, not necessarily towards us, going in some direction. So here add velocity, not in z direction, and maybe x direction. How about 200? Let's see. I don't really see any movement. 1200. Not really, nothing noticeable. Is it because of this drag? Do we need the drag? Right, so it should okay, it's going that way. So Sandstorm, let's rotate it. So if it is coming towards us, we will see the dust clouds coming in this direction. So if I play it, let's see. Well, it doesn't look good enough. Maybe we should move them down a bit. This location 600. Let's try. Maybe upward speed is too much. Let's try 20. Right, this seems okay. Also, one more thing, we should change the color to a more dusty color. Seems okay. You can fine tune to have whatever the color you want. So if we go closer, I'm not sure about this scale. Yeah, maybe this should be much bigger. Yeah, that seems better. Okay, now actually we can lift it up a bit. Okay, so now let's have them start here. Let's move this further backwards. Maybe 30,000. Yeah. Okay, so we do have some distance. Great, now it looks great for me. So the next step is adding the movement and other things to improve the effect. Right, now let's create a blueprint. PP Sandstorm. here. Now I'm gonna remove this NS Sandstorm from this level, and let's add Niagara particle system component, NS Sandstorm as a component here. Right. Okay. Now let's put this blueprint here in the same position as before, 30,000, and let's rotate it towards us. Was it 30,000 or 40,000? I don't remember. Okay. Alright. Now let's make it move towards us. For that, here let's get player controller, sorry, not the controller, character, get player character, and we can get the location, press Q to align them, and get at the location of this actor. Then from this actor to the player character we can find the distance. So if the distance is, let's say, if the distance is larger than let's say 5,000, we should move the sandstorm towards the player. Once it reaches closer to the player, it does not have to move. Right. So if this is true, we need to move it towards the player. So for that we can get direction, get unit direction vector from the sandstorm to the player like this, and we can multiply this by a float value, convert to float. Let's promote this to a variable, storm speed. Let's make this public visible so we can edit it if we want in the details panel. So for now I'll add something like 40, and then we already have the actor location. Get actor location again and add these two together. Then set actor location to move towards the player. Right, now it should be moving towards the player. Let's see. See, it is getting closer. Okay, seems working. Right. Now when we are in the close range, I don't really feel the intensity of the storm. So maybe let me duplicate this let's rename it close range. Here I'll reduce the spawn rate to maybe 300 and shape location. We don't need this offset, so I'll set it to 0 or maybe 50. And sprite size, this should be smaller, 300 to 400 maybe. And shape location, this can be much smaller, maybe just 10 is enough. Right, now let's see. We should see a set of small particles in the close range. Right, okay, that's more thicker than I expected, so maybe we can further reduce it. The spawn rate, let's make it 100. Let me disable this so that I can only check it. Let's see how we feel that. It's good, but I need to see individual clouds. So maybe right, that seems good. So if I enable the bigger cloud also, together they both seems good. Maybe we should make the smaller one faster. How about 2200? No, that doesn't seem good. Let's enable drag. Oh, with the drag it doesn't come at all. Okay, right, now this seems actually good enough. Right, now let's play from the beginning to see how it looks when it gets closer. Okay, first layer hit and the second layer. Alright, seems okay, And another thing I can do is maybe to push this effect further, we can try adding some post process effects too. How? Where? So here you see in the atmosphere it's completely blue, doesn't really feel like we are going to have a storm. So let's add post process volume into the scene. I'll make this infinite extent so it will be applied all over the world. Wait, oh sorry, I forgot about the atmospheric fog and the height fog. Let me move this there to the lighting folder, so we have everything in one place. So here we already have exponential height fog, so, and also we have a color as well. There's the density. Okay, if I make it 1, this is how it looks with the fog. And if, where can I change the color? No. Okay, let's add this in scattering color cube map. We have a cube map, but it has some red areas and some patches. Okay, let's try something else. How about this one? Okay, right, this color seems to work. Of density, if I make it 1, okay, see, now this can be something we can use. Right, we can change the atmosphere to get the storm feel here. Let me put sun also in this direction. We can't really see. Okay, there we have sun. So in point 1 we can see the sun like this. What was the initial value? Okay, like this. No, we had something like 4. Alright, so let's make it like this. As the storm gets closer, let's increase the fog density to maybe like 0.5. That should be cool. 0.5, not 6. So how should we do that? Here let's add a variable height fog. Exponential height fog object reference. Let's make this visible, and here if we have a valid height fog set, we can use this without this part. If we have a valid height fog, we can what's the fog density? Set fog density based on the distance to the storm. So let's say here the minimum distance is going to be 5000. We can get this value. divided by, at 5000 we should have the value 0.5. So let's divide it by 10,000 distance and clamp it in between the minimum value we need to have here, which is 0.06. .06, right? Yeah, and maximum value 0.5. 40,000, what's the value we are going to get? 40,000 divided by 10,000. Oh wait, this is wrong. When we have a higher value, we should get a lower, when we have a higher distance, we should get a lower fog value. Oh, sorry. So what we should be doing is this: break. We should divide a value from the distance. So at distance 5000 we should get 0.5. that means if I divide 2500 by 5000 we will get that value. So if we divide 2500 by 10,000 it would be 0.025, and 40,000 it would be, yeah, a lower value. So this should work. Let's give it a try. Oh, make sure that you set the variable here, otherwise it won't work. Let's see. Now you should notice the fog level increases. See, as the storm gets closer, the fog level increases. So that's why the sky becomes a bit darker. Alright, let's see again. Notice the sky. Great. What's next? How about some post-process effect like a vignette? To see that, let's play the game first and wait till the storm comes to us. Then let's try it. Okay, now let's enable vignette. Maybe not one, but if we have something like, yeah, one also seems fine. Right, and also what else? Let's try film gray. That's also adds some feel to the atmosphere. So how can we change this in the runtime? Film grain and vignette. So for that, let's add another variable, pp volume, make it public, and here get a reference to our validated get. set, oh sorry, post process volume, wait, post process volume object reference. Set settings, right. Here we are only interested in changing the image effect vignette. They are not exposed. Make post process settings, where is image effect, vignette, okay, that, and film grain intensity, right. So these also should be based on the distance from the character to the storm. So at 5000 we should have maximum values. So here divide 5000 by 5000. Oh, hold on. So when the distance is further away, vignette should be lower. So that means this is not the way we should do the operation. We should divide the distance. Oh no, actually I was wrong. This should happen in the same way. At 5000 we should get 1. Whenever it goes further we should get smaller values. So yeah, this should be it. And the film grain intensity, I think that could also in the same way, right? Let's try it. Okay. Okay, we are getting the vignette and the film grain. Great. So it worked as expected. Alright. Now the only thing we have to add is some sound effect, but I have to find one. Well, I already have that sound effect I used for the snow sound, but maybe this will work. Maybe not, but this is the sound I got. So let's try that. Here I need to define an attenuation, otherwise we would hear the sound in a uniform way no matter where it is played. So let's drag and drop the sound effect here. Override attenuation. Okay, we can override it here. Inner radius, let's make it 10,000. Oh, fall of distance. Let's make it huge. 50,000 or 40,000. Right. Let's see now. Okay, maybe we should not hear it in the beginning, so let's try 20,000 as the attenuation radius, so we don't hear it now. Now we start hearing it. This sound effect is not suitable for a sandstorm. We need to find a better one. But yeah, this is how it's done. Okay, I found a better clip. This one. Make sure looping enabled, and let's use that sound. Sandstorm. Let's test. Okay, so with that, should we implement passing of the sandstorm as well? Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. For that, what we can do, let's change this logic a bit. We can find the direction in the begin play and save it. Like this gives us the direction. Let's promote this to a variable direction, so it's always moving towards the player initially. And then here, instead of using this logic, we can directly use direction. And then let's create a custom event, temporarily disable tick. Okay, so here let's add to once node and add a delay. Let's say 40 seconds. So we can promote this as storm duration. Oh, before starting the delay, let's set tick enabled to false, and then again set tick enabled to true. Here we can call temporarily disable tick here and call it. So now what should happen is when the storm reaches us, it should stay 40 seconds with us, then it should leave us, like pass the player location. Let's see if that works as intended. We should have put something less than 40 seconds. Past us, and the atmosphere is cleared again, and you may not, and it becomes a bit too dark, and that happened because we haven't clamped these values. So let's clamp them in between 0 and 1. So we should be able to avoid that issue, right? Storm duration, but here let's set it to only 5 seconds for ease of testing. Oh, wait, we already have some value here. Exponential height for 0.2, so minimum is 0.2. That's for exponential height fork. For the film grain we don't really need one, so it can be in between 0 and 0.1. Right, let's test now. Okay. Oh, atmosphere is cleared again. So thanks for watching, and as always project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.